Hi, this is Rev Ed with today's Back Porch Devotional from Psalm 19, verses 1 through 4. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech, there are no words, whose voice is not heard. Their measuring line goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. Psalm 19 was written by David, and it is absolutely beautiful. The first half of the psalm declares the glory of God as seen in the revelation that comes to us through the natural world. And the second half of the psalm talks about the glory of God revealed in his word that reveals who God fully is to us. And so you have these, what are called the two books of Revelation, the book of nature and the book of the Word. And the first four verses here begin with this glorious description of what we see in the world around us. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. David says that everything that you can see in the natural world is shouting, proclaiming the beauty and the goodness and the glory of the God who created it. This is absolutely the truth, and anybody who takes half a minute, even less, to pause and look at this beautiful natural world and this incredible universe that is stretched out in dimensions that we can barely wrap our minds around. The natural world declares the glory of God. And honestly, for anyone to say that the beauty and complexity and diversity and the way nature works together with itself, to say that all of that came about by accident, by some random chance, by some occasional collision of molecules or some random electric impulse that just all of a sudden started up and got things running. Honestly, I think it takes way more faith to be an atheist than it does to believe in something. And David tells us that the natural world points to the God who created it. And we have to give God the glory. We need to recognize that the creation is a created thing. It does not need to be worshiped, but it points us to the one who is worthy of our worship. Paul makes the same point in the first chapter of Romans, beginning at the 19th verse. He says, "For what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them. For his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world in the things that have been made. So they are without excuse." Paul says that from the beginning of time, human beings have been able to look at the sky and the stars and the sun and the moon and again, this beauty of nature, the grandeur of it, and deduce that there is a creator who brought it all into being. But Paul is talking about those who are without excuse because in looking at all this, they ended up worshiping created things rather than the creator. Every moment of every day, we have a chance to reflect on the glory of God that is revealed to us in nature. And while some aspects of nature seem to be far more grand than others. You know, you think about mountain peaks, you think about the crashing of the waves, you think about the scope of the universe and the incredible images that are now coming back to us from that new telescope that's been launched into the skies. There's also grandeur and beauty in the simple things. You know, particularly at this time of year and during the summer, I like to contemplate, and I think you can see it in the picture behind me, just how many different shades of green there are. And it's not just green, but it's all the colors. But in the summer in particular, you can see that there appear to be 10,000 shades of green. Now, why should we have to have 10,000 shades of green? There's no reason for it except that God delights in it. He's created a world of infinite diversity. And if we just pause long enough to look at it and marvel at it and give him thanks for it, we will remember that the one who created this world created us as well. So take a minute today to observe the natural world around you. Give thanks for this beautiful creation, and above all, give thanks to our Creator, who created this world and who created us as the crown of creation, made in his very image. Celebrate what God has done with this natural universe today and give him glory. God's blessings be upon you this day.